Hello guys, welcome to another video. COTExTENSURA, new, by Sponge_Bob. Chapter 36 Demon Lord Rimuru Third Person POV. Just after the harvest festival, a figure emerges from the big chair, where Rimuru was placed. She is wearing the same white cloth, which used to cover Rimuru, although it is barely covering her private parts and lot of skin is showing. She has the same face as Rimuru, but completely feminine. She has long silver hair which is coming to her waist, along with ruby red emotionless eyes and face. Her face alone scared everyone present except Noir. Even his two demons are scared of her. She then touches her face and a small, non-existence type smile comes to her face. She stands up from her spot while the others put up guard while looking at her. Grucius took the initiative and looked at her intently while stepping forward. "Who are you? You are not Rimuru-sama. He has black hair and you look more feminine compared to him. He said. She just give him a single look and this shut him up, along with stopping him coming forward. Sweat began to pour down from his face and a chill run down from his spine. She started her walk carefully without disturbing the people, who are lying on the ground. She then comes to the center of the corpses and bring her right hand half in the air. Report. In the name of Raphael, commence all the magicules within this barrier. Don't leave a single soul fragment behind, she said. Rest of them are watching all this in silence and the barrier destroyed. A black circle appeared in front of her and strong wind started blue, which caused the others to cover them. All the magical energy got consumed into the black circle. Then all the respected souls comes up to their respected bodies. This scene shocked the rest of the people standing, of course except Noir. He is too amazed to see all this and has a grin to his face. Even Lord Carrion can't do something like this. You're telling me a newly born demon lord can do this, said Grucius. Kufufu, I must become his subordinate at all costs, Noir. She then takes a look at all the corpses and said, report. The process to bring the dead to the life will now begin, she said. Just then, Noir comes to her side a little far followed by his two demons. They knelt in front of her and Noir said, I have returned, my lord. I am sorry to interrupt, but it seems that there is a small fraction of magicules missing, he said. Acknowledge. The magicules are enough, but if used much, I'll not be able to remain active. There is a chance of uncertainty, she said. I have an idea. Why don't you use these two? They will be more than happy to be in use of you, he said, and other two nods. Understood. The offer is accepted. Beelzebub, she said. A small black circle forms in her hand and the other two demons got absorbed in it. Confirmed. More than enough magicules has been acquired. The secret art of revival will now resume, she said. A huge rift of magical energy released from her hands and it covered all the people corpses. All of their injuries started healing and in just a minute, their bodies comes back to their normal state. A twitch of movement happened from Honami's body and a sigh escapes from her mouth. This shows how strong her soul is compared to others. This action followed by the rest later. Report. The secret art of revival has now been complete. Raphael is now going back to wait for the master, she said. Honami then opens her eyes slowly and looks at the figure. She able to see the figure face which resembles Rimuru, but more feminine with silver hair. Raphael then turns back to slime form and Noir catches him. He teleported back to the chair and placed him there. How envy I am, to become your subordinate, my lord, he said. Honami started to wake up but a sudden fatigue causes her to fall unconscious. She is also receiving her gift along with others who got revived. Time skip. Rimuru POV. Ah, what happened? Right. I fall asleep after summoning those demons, when my evolution started. I didn't expect that the fatigue will be too much that even I will fall asleep. Well, what can I say? I do become a demon lord after all. I sensed myself to find out that I become more dense in color and a little bigger in size too, in my slime form. Perhaps my human form too. I checked my surroundings to see that I am placed in someone's lap. When I move around to see the person, I saw Xian looking happily at me. She instantly hugs me to her face. It's good that they got alive. Alive. Maybe Great Sage must have done the rest of the take. She is very reliable, to be honest. Xian then backed me away to her face and looked at me. I'm so glad that you wake up, Rimuru-sama, she said. What about the others? I asked her. Everyone is fine now. They are all waiting for you to wake up, said Benimaru. I then looked at him and everyone else present. They all were looking at me with happy expressions, even Harada and others. Chiaki is giving me a sweet smile while standing beside Sue. Then my eyes landed on a girl who I didn't recognize. She has long white hair with a blue dress. She is very beautiful. Who are you? I asked. Rimuru-sama, she is Arisu-san, said Benimaru. Huh, Fufu, after receiving gift from your evolution Rimuru-sama. My body also evolves along with others, she said. I see. Good for you, I guess. I use Shenhe picture for Arisu. She also has the right to get taller and have bigger assists. Arisu now looks like this from now on. I didn't expect Arisu to become this beautiful and sexy. I'll have to control Ayanokoji. Well, now nobody will bother her about her height. Then my eyes landed on Honami, who is standing a little far away from me. She is looking at me with a nidikipation and a very sweet smile. Honami. Yes, Rim, she was saying, but I quickly comes into my human form in front of her. I hold her to her waist and connected our lips together. This surprised her, and the same can be said about all the people watching us. She closed her eyes and gave in. After a moment, our lips departed and she has a huge blush on her face with a little shock expression. RR Rimuru-sama. She shout a little. Rest of them are watching us in complete silence with shocked expressions. I ignore them and look directly into her eyes while backing away a little from her. Honami. You completed your promise, I said. Promise? Yeah. You have become someone who I care about in my life. Thank you, I said. She widened her eyes recalling our promise in that restaurant before we go to ANHS. She smiled at me with a sweet smile and hugged me, burying her face in my chest. I looked at others while some compose them, while others have sad expressions. Arisu and Chiaki. You two can also come. You are also included, I said. They both comes at me instantly and hugs me from both sides. I see sad faces of Shuna and Shion and some other girls from ANHS, but Benimaru placed a hand on Shuna's shoulder. Rimuru-sama. Then this means that they will be our queens from now on? Asked Benimaru. No, their rank will be the same along with others. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in anyone from the time being. That might change in the future, I said. I see. Benimaru. I turn around after freeing myself from these three girls and looked at the sky. I can hear the DS cushion between Shuna and Benimaru. Don't worry, Shuna. It's Rimuru-sama decision, he said. I know. But it still saddens me that I am not the selected one, she said. Rimuru-sama said that it can change in the future. Means, there is still a chance for you, he said. You are right. I'll have to work harder from now on, she said, and he nods. I ignore the nearby chatting and think of the future. I'll have to cover up all of this while remains low for the time being. Now that I have become a demon lord, I have become much stronger than before. There is also a problem of the other demon lords and Milam issue too. But it'll not hinder my plans in any way. I wonder, did my skills also evolved? Notice. All of master skills has been evolved, Great Sage. Notice. Unique skill, Great Sage, has now evolved into ultimate skill, Raphael. Same goes for other skills. That's good to hear. Answer. It is good to see my master evolved, and don't worry, everything will go as master planned. Raphael will help with its full capabilities. Huh? Aren't you talking way more than before? Did evolution also cause this? It's just your imagination. See, you even created your catchphrase. Does master wanted a full explanation about the evolution and all the skills? Who knows? I was joking. I'll get that later on. Understood. By the way, did my jokes becomes good? Or is it the same as before? Master jokes are always good. You are not telling this to make me happy, right? No, I see. Rimuru-sama. Yes, Benimaru? Do you remember the question? What question? I decided to fail ignorance, but looks like Benimaru has other plans. Rimuru-sama said that he'll enjoy your cooking after the evolution Shion, he said. Really, Shion? Hearing that, all the people around expressions turns pale. A frown also appear on my face. Like hell, I let Benimaru get off the hook from that disaster thing. Of course, I'll refrain myself he was saying, but I interrupt him. Ah, the phrase, I remember it. Benimaru said that he also wanted to eat Shiin cooking along with me. He really loves it, I said. Our Rimuru-sama. He has a very shocked expression on his face, but I'll never let him off the hook if he thinks that he can trap me on something like that. Then get ready, Benimaru. I'll prepare a very good feast for both of you. What about you guys? Said Shoin. Hearing her, all of the people takes 3 steps back from their spot while sweating. None of them is calm in any way. I think that I am not in a good shape. I need some time to recover, said Irisu. I have some reports to make for Rimuru-sama, said Honami. I have a task to complete with Sue-san, said Chiaki. Sue nods her head and these two instantly vanishes. Many declines comes one after other as they all allied to Shiin. Shoin then looked at Hakuro and he looks away a little. What about you, Hakuro-san? I have training to give them, said Hakuro. Hakuro. All the people who can fight and especially my world friends. Give them a very harsh training, so that next time, they can protect themselves better. Don't listen to them and make them better in a short time, I said with a smirk. Ho ho, Rimuru-sama. Don't worry, I'll make every one of them very good, he said with a smirk. Good. I am waiting for good results, I said. Don't worry about it in any way, he said. All the people who gonna train by him, especially ANHS students, are paling except Chiaki and Honami. I ignore them and Rigard comes towards me with a bow. Rimuru-sama, what about the banquet? Asked Rigard. It's a very good idea. Everyone prepare a big banquet for all the people. I have a little task to do alone, I said. Cheering can be heard all around the crowd and one by one, all the people congratulated me. It takes a lot of time, but when it ended, I goes towards Veldora Cave to check many things. Chapter 37 Strom Dragon Veldora Rimuru Pov. I just leave everyone else in Tempest and use the teleportation device to come to Veldora Cave. If it happens like I wanted, then there will not be a single problem for me. As I come to near the cave, I saw Gabble who becomes shocked after seeing me. Rimuru-sama, he shout. Calm down, I said, sorry. Listen, Gabble. Now that the development sector is under your supervision, you are now an executive, which means a promotion in rank. Executive, yes. From now on, you will be appearing in every meeting, so stay focused and work hard. As you wish, Rimuru-sama. Yes, promotion for Gabble-sama. He is great. His admirers comes out of nowhere and cheering him. He become embarrassed and moving his arms in disarray. Good for him, I guess. And listen. Yes, Rimuru-sama. I'm going to the opposite side of the cave. So, don't let anyone bother me, I said. Understood. I leave him along with others who are still cheering for him. After some time, I reach the place after killing some monsters here and there. This is the same place where me and Veldora meet first time. Well, it's time for him to be released. Raphael. Dismantle Infinity Prison. Task complete. Just then, a very huge amount of magicules released from me and a figure emerges in front of me after all the dust clear. There standing Veldora in his dragon form, huge as ever. Kahahaha. It's my grand resurrection, he said. Then our eyes meet and he lower his head to meet to my level, as I'm in my slime form. It's good that, you are doing great, I said, after my long-awaited revival. You're gonna treat me just like that? He asked. Yes. Any problem? No. But it comes way early than I expected. I thought that, it will take at least 100 years. Well, things happened. I become a demon lord too. I know, I've been watching all your actions and your old self-memories too. It's not very pleasant listing the world you're come from. Please don't talk or tell anyone about it. It must remains between us. Besides, did you see all of it? Yeah. But I'll never tell anyone about it. It's a promise and secret between us. Well, only Irisu knows about all that. Yeah, that girl. Even I didn't expect her to change like that. But it is possible in the cardinal world. Besides. Do you hate me now? No, even if you have that mindset, you still free me from that barrier and many things changed about you from before. I mean, from the White Room. I know. I have grown and many things changed for me, but the end result is still the same. I see. But fret not, you, Rimuru. You friend save my life and I become stronger than before. So, there is nothing to worry about. You have surprisingly become mature. It's cause, I'm the great storm dragon Veldora. Yeah. But an awakened demon lord in just 2 years. What in the world is this growth? Now you know about me everything. Do you still doubt? I think no, but why did you name all those monsters? You know, you could have died if it weren't for me. I know. You'll get later about all that, Veldora. I presume you are right. Well, give you a human form first. Really? I then transform into my human form and form a copy of myself. Although, it is much enhanced from the previous one, before my evolution. I looked at myself and I have become taller. My height is now just a little short from my previous world. Veldora looked at me in anticipation and I pointed towards it. Use this clone as a medium and attain your human form. Great. He then comes directly into that clone and slowly transforms into a human form. His skin is dark, with 8 packs and a defined body. His hair is short blonde in color. He is wearing a cape with a black trouser, without any shirt. With his weird pose. Kahahaha. I'm Great Storm Dragon Veldora. I've got an ultimate power. I'll slaughter anyone those object, he said. Huh? Isn't that a line from a manga? I asked. You mean, sacred text? I already read many of them through your memories and is currently reading Dragon Ball. Give me the volume of the tournament of those universes. Later. But you said that you got ultimate. You mean, ultimate skill? Yeah. My unique skill, Investigator, has become ultimate skill, Investigation King. Faust, you can praise me now. Good. I expected more, he said. Excellent. Forget it. Thanks Rimuru for this human form, as expected of my sworn friend. Report. Information now available. What is it? Establishment of a soul corridor between Master and the individual named Veldora has been completed. By analysis of the remaining residue, you've obtained ultimate skill, Storm King, Veldora. I see. You can give me all the information about my evolution. Understood. But before that, how much stronger I am? I mean, in which category I fall? Master is almost a catastrophe class monster. Catastrophe, huh? Veldora, wait a bit. Yeah. Talk with you skill fully. Don't tell anyone about it. I know. Who do you take me for? An idiot. Huh, just joking. Try controlling your aura to my level, using those manga knowledge. Leave it to me. Then Raphael give me all the explanation about the events happen and all the explanation about the skills of mine. She did some adjustments and alterations about it, which I don't mind at all. Although, I also obtained that hero skill and it become ultimate skill too. Ultimate skills. 1. Wisdom King, Raphael. 2. Covenant King, Uriel. 3. Gluttony King, Beelzebub. 4. Storm King, Veldora. Rest are the same where it got mentioned in the previous chapter. I now have 4 ultimate skills, which to be honest, is good. Veldora only have 1 ultimate skill, whereas I have 4. Although, he has much more magicules compared to me. But with my 4 ultimate skills, I can beat him. I still can't take on Milam even now. She once told me about her battle form. She base form is not a problem at all, but her battle form is all a different matter. I thought that after evolving, I can take her on just fine. But I was wrong about that. She really is a monster. I looked ahead to see that Veldora is now finished concealing his aura completely. I stands up from my spot and goes towards him. Let's see how much he and I become strong. What do you think, Rimuru? Good job, as expected of a true dragon. Kahaha. Praise me more. Now that aside, do you want to spar? Spar. Are you sure that you can take me on? That's what I want to find about. I'll place a barrier, so that nothing will happen outside that. Great idea. I'll also find out that I can beat Dragel now or not, he said. Dragel? Forgot it. Place the barrier and get ready. On it. I then placed the barrier using Uriel, which is a very strong multiple layer barrier. Now nobody will find out or disturb us. We both take stances and he instantly come in front of me, ready to strike my face. I dodge it and give him upper hook, which he blocked using his hands. We both backed away and he is grinning just like me. I didn't expect you take me on easily. I'll go all out now. Come at me. He again vanishes and I turn around to block a kick to my head. He followed it with a spinning kick to my chest, by twisting his body. I ducked down and give him 2 quick punches to his chest followed by elbow strike to his chin. He stumbles and I give him a round kick to his gut. He dodges it and again vanishes from his spot and comes behind me. I predicted it and jumps up giving him a kick to his face. He also punches me to my gut and we both flew backwards, hitting the barrier ends. This time, I comes and give him a punch to his face followed by 2 kicks to his legs. But both of them are feints, while my main attack is a very strong punch to his solar plexus. He unknown to me, able to dodge that and kick me to my right arm sliding me away. Did he use his ultimate skill? Yeah, that has to be it. Otherwise, no way that he can predict that and dodge it easily. Looks like, I'll have to do much more to defeat him. They both fight for more than half day. But Rimuru wins in the end. It's not a relevant fight as both didn't do any attacks, that can break the barrier. But it's important for the plot. Both of us are now sitting on the ground while he panting slightly. I didn't think that Veldora is still this strong. I thought that after evolution, I can beat him just fine. But that is not the case. I already used Beelzebub to absorb all the magicules released by it. Kahahaha. Rimuru, what are you? He asked. You managed to defeat me. Even though it was a tough battle, you still able to do so. We didn't go all out but I know that, you can defeat me on all out scale. I see, I have the same judgment, but it will take for me to go all out, to defeat you. I don't think that I will be able to beat Milim. Milim? Yeah, but you'll get when the times comes. If you say so. Let's go back to Tempest. Yeah, I've been waiting for that. I nod my head with a smile and both of us start leaving the cave. When we reach Tempest, I saw everyone standing at the front awaiting for me. Arisu comes towards me with a look of worry while eyeing Veldora. Rimuru-sama, did you completed your task? She said. Yeah. May I ask who this person is beside you, Rimuru-sama? Asked Rigard. He is Veldora. Strom Dragon Veldora. Everyone shouted with shocked expressions on their faces and then look at me with pale faces. Just then, Triane and her sisters comes and knelt in front of us. It's good to see you Veldora-sama again, she said. It's Triane and her 2 sisters. I remember naming you along with them. How are you managing my forest? He asked. It's good to hear that you remember us. Now the whole Jura forest is in Rimuru-sama's supervision, she said. Hearing that, all the monsters bowed to him in unison, except for humans. They're too surprised to see Veldora, I think. Honami takes the cue and comes forward. Veldora-san. May I ask, what type of relationship you have with Rimuru-sama? She said. Honami. Well, Rimuru and me are sworn friends. Yeah. Ida Veldora who named me and we become friends, I said. That must be the reason why when Veldora-sama disappears, Rimuru-sama appears, said Rigard. But how did you manage to go unnoticed for whole 2 years? Asked Benimaru. Veldora looks at me and I uses my golden line, who knows? Bruh. Now that everything's settled, let's enjoy the banquet, said Shuna. Which means for Rimuru-sama and Benimaru to eat my cooking, said Shion. Hearing that, all of us turned pale and Benimaru and me looked at each other. Veldora instantly leaves me to go towards Sotomura, perhaps lodging for mangas. All of them disperse from the spot and they all leave us. Akito also got in a relationship with both Hisabe and Morishita. Harada is in a relationship with both Karuizawa and Sato. Yukamura is together with Yamamura. Kito is surprisingly together with Kushida. I didn't expect these 2 to be together. Looks like Kushida changed her nature completely after coming to this world. Good for them, I guess. Shibata is together with Chihiro and Watanabe is together with Meiko. Although, Hiyori and Sotomura are still alone but I think that they both will soon find their partners. After that, all of us enjoys the banquet where I along with Benimaru eats Shion cooking. It tastes good because of her unique skill, but it still looks horrible.